Well, everyone, it's official. We got smashed by winter, had a major storm front roll in. I'm going to do a quick little driveway cleanup. This is what happens in the Great White North. You wake up in the morning and you says to yourself, I'm going to work on some saws today. And instead you go, no, I got to start all these diesel vehicles and move trucks and equipment so I can get the driveway done. Well, it's good fun. Let's see if the old 7.3 starts. Got her in four-wheel drive. I was hauling water last night on black ice, and yeah, it was interesting. This truck does this to me once in a while now. Well, I went underneath, tapped the starter with this. I don't know, maybe it's time for a starter and this thing. Connections look good. It's got a good Bosch starter in it, but maybe it's time for a new one. It's done that once to me. It usually starts though, but this is the first time. Yeah, it's an old truck. If it needs a starter, we'll put a starter in it. There we go. Beauty. It's hard to say, friends. A lot of ice and slush on the road. Everything's covered in an inch of ice underneath the truck. So I have a feeling maybe my starter got wet, but we'll play it by ear. If I think it needs a starter, it'll get one. Okay, let's see if we can get the skid steer running. Okay, one diesel running. Let's see if we can get another one going. When you live up here, you never expect anything to go fast. And unless you have a giant heated shop where you can park everything inside, which I don't have that. You just take it as it comes. Sometimes it can be frustrating, but okay, let's get old Gale running here. I thought I had the glow plugs fixed, but I'll show you guys what's going on. Here's old Gale, not plugged in. The weather's been warm, like +7, +8 Celsius. It's like -15 today. I hope this thing starts. I'll show you guys what's going on here. Oh, my backup camera's covered in ice. I love a backup camera on equipment. You can see. Okay, so as you guys can see, I got the wiring taken apart here. I just reach into my pocket. I went online and they said, well, I did some research. This is the Deutz factory glow plug module. Now, with this thing in, you put the key on, the glow plug lights stay on for like a second and they go off, even when you manually glow plug it. Now, I can't remember. I've had this unit for so long. It's been doing that for a while, but this module here is like 400 bucks. It's such a silly thing. So I did some reading online, and this is I believe it's called standard electronics equivalent, what I read. And so I ordered one. It was like 40 bucks, okay? If you guys look, they appear to be the same. Now, I put this one in the other day, glow plugged it. I had a glow plug light that stayed on, but it seemed to stay on forever till I turned the key. And what ended up happening is the skid steer started beautifully. I had no problems, but what ended up happening is I tried it the next day and I had no glow plug light at all, and it wouldn't start. So I unplugged this and I plugged it back in. Well, guess what? I had glow plug light again. But this unit doesn't have glow plugs. This has a preheater or an intake heater. This is the intake plenum. This is my preheater. It's got a big heavy wire on it. Well, the wire started to smoke like it was getting too much power. So I quickly turned the key off and unplugged this thing. So I noticed something though the other day, and I didn't really spot this. This has an extra prong on it right here. That one doesn't have. It plugged in, everything was fine, but it's not working. So I don't know. I'm going to put this old one back in down here. Let's see, how does this go? I think it goes like this, something like this. I'll have to ask my brother. We'll bring this in the shop one day. He's a diesel mechanic, very good one. I call him, he's a diesel whisperer. I'll get him to come and compare these and let me know maybe what I'm doing wrong, or maybe I can't use this. But anyhow, let's go plug this thing and see if we can get her started. Being a big fella, getting into this thing is always a treat. You step up here, 1 foot in, and then you're in, and then you go backwards. Okay, I got the key. Now this is what this thing's doing. Put the key in. See? You see that? It shuts off right away. Even if you manually glow plug it, it's like it only gives power for a certain amount of time. Now I'm just going to let this thing sit like it is glow plugging. And hopefully she fires. If she doesn't, then I'm going to have to take the power stroke and boost this thing. Or I'll take the intake nozzle off, the rubber, and I'll put my heat gun right in that intake, crank her on high, and suck in some hot air, and this thing will fire right up. Okay? Look. Now, it's not firing on all cylinders. That tells me I'm probably not getting enough intake heater, but it does fire right away, so I'm not sure. Now I'll just let this thing run for 15 minutes before it turns the wheel. In that time, I'll get my other piece of equipment I gotta move, fire it up, and just keep everything running. This thing runs like a Swiss watch. It's a 97, and I line the interior with insulation. This is like boat upholstery. I upholstered this whole interior. I have a backup camera installed. Turn it on here. And it's good. I gotta scrape the windshield too. Anyhow, let's get something else running. Whew, my hands are cold, let me tell you. Okay, if anything's not going to start, it's going to be this. Hey, peace, man. Isn't that cool? I found this in the ground when we were doing the roof. Anyways, I'm going to throw this in the shop. Okay, if anything's not going to start, it's going to be this thing. It's been sitting out here. I haven't put it away yet. I'm trying to find a snowblower that I can retrofit to fit on the front of this thing. Now this is a manual glow plug only machine. There it is. This thing doesn't have a block heater. It's not set up for winter use. It's a summertime only machine. Ooh, one more time. I think this thing needs glow plugs. It'll start. They make good stuff. This one I'll let run for a minute. This is a summertime machine. Well, it's definitely one of those days. It's this time of the year is always a struggle because things start to rear their ugly heads and break. And I had this happen before last year and 2 years ago, and I repaired it. This is something this unit does in the cold. I'm not sure why, but it's done this. Let me show you guys. We're definitely not working on saws today. Check this out. She puked, I don't know, gallon of hydraulic fluid on the ground. And I know exactly where it's coming from. I'll show you guys. This unit, it's a Swiss watch in the summer. She don't like the cold. That's why I'm kind of on the fence about putting a blower on this thing. Sorry, I had to move the seat forward there. Can you guys see right down there? There's a return line for the hydraulic pump. It's held in with an O-ring and there's a little clip. And what ends up happening is when the fluid's thick in the winter and you run this thing and warm it up, it pushes that line out and it starts to puke all over the place. And I fixed it a couple of years ago. I couldn't believe that that's what fixed it, but I literally just plopped the line back in, fired it back up, and it never leaked again. But of course, hydraulic fluid is super expensive, and I just puked about $40 of it on the ground here. Awesome. Equipment, friends. If you're gonna have equipment, you know, they're either making you money or costing money. There's no like happy medium. But anyhow, I'm gonna try and get this thing into the shed, and I'll have to deal with this another day because I just want to get my driveway cleaned. And I'm hour and a half, 2 hours into my day, and I still haven't skid steers running, but nothing else is. So anyways,
pull that mower into the shop now, clean the shop up from all the truck repairs, pull the mower in the shop, and have a look at that, try and repair it, and then I guess I better order a starter for my truck. It's done that 3 times now in the last week. Since I had it parked inside, I'm starting to wonder if I got water in my starter just from everything dripping in the hot shop. So there is some merit to leaving your equipment cold, because that water and salt and all the other crud that gets on it up here doesn't end up causing as many problems. But anyhow, we'll have a look at that, and I think I'll do another question of the week video this week and just keep moving onward and upward. Eventually I'm going to run out of things to do and we can set the shop back up and start working on saws again. Anyhow, I got good stotsicles. Thanks for watching. Take her easy. Later.